The big idea of this section is that if we follow Jesus, we need to get baptized. Did you know that every religious tradition since the beginning of time has had cleansing rites to purify and prepare people to approach God? In ancient Judaism, ritual cleansing was a part of everyday religious life. Temple worship required priests to use a ceremonial basin, and washing ceremonies were performed in advance of festivals. But when we open the New Testament, we see in Matthew chapter 3 a man named John the Baptist who was urging people to turn to God and start living right. And so people are baptized not only out of the sin they had committed to purify themselves, but also to declare their intention to live right going forward. So Jesus participates in the Jewish symbol of purification, but as he begins to travel and teach, he changes the idea of this rite. His message was that he would personally purify us from the inside out rather than us trying to purify ourselves from the outside in. And baptism became this symbol of faith in Jesus, who makes us pure rather than something we try to do for ourselves. So, if you've decided to put your faith in Jesus, it's time to be baptized. Jesus taught baptism is actually the first step in following him. We read in Mark chapter 16, verse 15, and he told his disciples, "Go into all the world and preach the good news to everyone. Everyone who believes and is baptized will be saved." So baptism isn't something you do to clean yourself. Baptism is an outward demonstration of what God is doing on the inside. The very word baptize comes from the Koine Greek word baptizo. It describes the change that happens as something is immersed in something else, such as dyeing clothes in water or as vegetables get pickled in vinegar. Jesus' message was that he would personally change us if we place our faith in him. So baptism communicates you have fully immersed yourself in Jesus and you're being changed from the inside out. When you're baptized, you're identifying with Jesus. You enter into Jesus' death, burial, and resurrection. As you enter the waters, you're identifying with his death as you die to your old life. As you're submerged in water, you're identifying with his burial and show that sin is dead to you. You no longer believe it has its power over you. And as you come up out of the water, you're identifying with Jesus' resurrection, the authority Jesus has over sin to give you a new life with power and with peace. Baptism is a moment you will always remember, and it will be in your conscience like a line in the sand. I often get asked, but what if my parents baptize me? Listen, while some parents practice infant baptism and others dedication, hoping that one day you will personally put your faith in Jesus, Jesus spoke about a baptism that was highly personal. Jesus-style baptism was for willing people who had the potential and the ability to make a decision, to make the personal decision to follow him. See, as we are baptized, we come to take the first step in demonstrating to God, to ourselves, and to the world around us, we have chosen to stop living independently on our terms and live surrendered to God. In the notes provided, there are several stories that you can read of people in the New Testament who were baptized. I encourage you, if you have not taken this first step, that you will reach out to the church that you're connected to and ask them to be baptized as well.